This episode of The Republic is brought to you by GameBreaker.tv/deals. For deals on all the games you're buying, including WildStar, 20% off. Use that URL, save yourself a bunch of money. It's that easy. Oh yeah, love guesting on The Republic. I am not Gary Gann and I am Mike Byrne. You're watching GameBreaker TV and today is The Republic 179 for April 18th, 2014. Today, big changes coming in the next PvP season. We take a look at some houses as well as a walking carpet. I don't know. And this just in, people on the internet are friggin' jerks. All that and more, but first, the lovely, the talented Mr. Larry Everett. Oh, see?
Thank you.
Everybody thought.
Thank you.
Everybody thought. Yeah. What's up, sir?
Well, I am lovely and talented. Thank you.
I am
Oh,
in
look at
awe.
him, Mike. You're making him blush.
I am in awe of the hair and the beard, as I always am. Also joining us, as she always does, the also lovely and talented Miss Laura Williams.
Hello, everyone.
And we're going to talk about some, well, it would help if I had the right show notes up. I almost had legendary show notes up. We're going to talk about World of Warcraft.
Yeah, change of plans.
Change of plans. Welcome to the Republic, where
That's
we talk
gonna be
about
awkward.
WoW. That would be the best show ever. The three of us talking about a game we don't really play all that much.
Yeah.
All right, so the big news this week in Star Wars The Old Republic, upcoming changes to the PvP season. And I think a lot of these had to happen. I'm just casual PvP at the very best, so I'm going to depend on you guys to walk me through this. First off, it's getting shorter, right? 3 weeks instead of 5, or 3 months instead of 5?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Wow.
It's super
That would be
short.
a really
It's
short
amazing.
season.
Get your rewards and get
Oh
the
my
hell
gosh.
out.
It's like March Madness.
Tournament round.
Now that sounds
Sudden
fine to me. I didn't even realize that the other seasons were really 5 months. That seems kind of long to me.
Well, but think about it this way. Preseason lasted for like a year and a half.
Yeah, so 5 months
by
for a
comparison,
season.
5 months wasn't super long.
Right.
And 3 months is going to feel really short.
You guys cool with 3 months?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think
Sounds
that's
like
fine.
good- Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, sure. I mean, well, just having a shorter season, I would imagine that has to help with the queues a little bit, right? More people in a condensed time frame, help with the queues a little, maybe.
Actually, I think if they announce what kind of rewards they're going to get for the end of the season, will probably help more than anything to get people into doing ranked more.
Ah.
That would be
Yeah,
my call.
I'd have to agree with that. That is, yeah. The faster we know what we're going to get at the end of the season, the more likely people are going to join in. Now, but that being
now
said,
the
there's
less
always-
chance that people are going to have with a short season of reaching the top rating and then not playing anymore. So a
Now,
shorter
the
season will mean
rewards
you'll have people
themselves
playing
have to
longer.
change as part of this too, right? Like
Yes.
the number of
Yeah.
tiers and everything. Break this down for me. Like I said, I play Hotball every once in a while. I don't do any of the season ranking stuff. So, but I would think that a lot of other stuff, like the amount of rewards, when you can get the rewards, that stuff has to change too with this new schedule.
Well, with the shorter season, they're going from a 5-tier rank system to a 3-tier. And the great thing about that, obviously, is you're going to get your rewards sooner. One of the other things that they said is that means that there won't be a new tier of gear for every raid season, for every PvP season.
There's raid seasons now.
Yes,
Man!
seasons.
They've been shortened from multiple years
been
of development time to 3 months.
That's right.
Nice. This can't possibly go wrong.
Sweet.
Well, the first one's got to be pretty easy to get, I would imagine. Then the first tier of rewards.
Most likely, yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, if the last season is anything to measure against, I mean, it's going to be just a really low elo rating, and then your higher one is going to be you're probably going to remain the same. So you have maybe most of the people that have ever played ranked are going to get the low tier, and then only about 5% are going to get the high tier, and then somewhere in the middle are going to get maybe 50% are going to get the median tier. So yeah, I think
or you could be like me and not get any tiers. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I didn't get any tiers.
Well, see,
but then I put absolutely no effort into it.
Well, here's my there was
problem zero risk and zero reward, and I felt fine with it.
Well, by the time I cared enough to do anything, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I know my skill level. I'm a mediocre PvPer at best.
Well,
and that's probably
mediocre still kicks my ass. So
I think the thing is for me personally is that it's all arena. If it was even hut ball
on my arenas.
Oh no, I don't mind arenas, mind you, but I don't like that being the only way to get ranked ratings. If it was all hut ball, that would be sweet. Can you imagine 2 teams of hut ball full rank? That'd be awesome. And then like even tournament style, oh, I'd be all over that.
Then we could do our own March Madness.
That's right. We totally could.
Hold on. I got to type on the forums now. We got to get this in so we get some credit for it.
Get this going now.
We get some credit for it because the way they're pumping this stuff out lately, it's coming. All we got to do is ask. Speaking of asking, though, BioWare is asking for our feedback on what rewards we would like to see.
Yes. And I go for another Rancor mount.
That was
so
pretty
maybe
epic.
I can get one.
Somebody suggested it, and this was an awesome suggestion on the forums, and I'm so sad that I didn't write down what their name was. But they said that the next reward should be that giant spider turret thing that Karaga rides around on.
Oh my god.
That would be sweet as hell for the next tier of mount.
That would be pretty nice.
I would totally
really
pay
nice.
some good PvPers to help me.
I will be transferring to Prophecy of the 5, and I'm going to have Tenebris carry me in PvP.
Well, and like you said earlier, Laura, hopefully we learn about the rewards at the start of the season, especially with it being shorter. I think it's
really
more
going to keep people playing.
Yeah.
Is if they know that they've got something to work towards, and not just saying, okay, I need to get this rating, and as soon as I get that, then I'm not doing anything else because I don't want to, lose it or have to worry about anything.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's always, if it's like last season, then it's going to be once you hit that rating, once once you can say that, oh, I hit, it was 1,500 last time. Yeah, it was 1,500 last time. Once you hit 1,500, you're good. You've got the top tier stuff. You could go down to 0 elo, and you would still get the top tier reward, even though you really couldn't properly go down to 0 elo. But that might be a challenge. No, don't do that. That would be horrible.
That's
don't
not
do
a
that.
challenge for me. That's my baseline, actually. If I'm being honest, that's my PvP baseline is 0. Is there
Well, no, nobody starts at 0.
I do. I do. Trust me.
You start.
I mean, on the screen it may not say 0. It might not say 0 in the UI, but trust me, it is. Is there something? I mean, we talked about the Rancor mount. That was badass. But is there something else that you guys in particular would like to see out of here? I don't know about you, but I could go for a few more of the Christmas light type mounts. Except start putting them on animals.
Oh, on a snowblower?
No, on animals now. Like put them on all the different creatures.
Like the Rudolph Tauntaun that we didn't get.
There we go. Just start wrapping those bastards up in lights and put them out there. I'll PvP. No, Larry.
How about little mini pets
my soul.
covered in glowing lights? Yeah.
I take
now,
that.
What we need. Okay, so we know that glowing bits are what sells armor, right? Glowing bits sell armor.
Yes.
What we need is armor that is all glowing bits. Just one big glowing armor.
Yeah, don't even put the armor in there. Just the glowy bits.
Just the glowy bits. That's it. You're just glowing the whole time. You're like Dr. Manhattan or something.
What was it?
Good job PvPing. Here's a sack of glowy bits.
He was in the what was it? The Running Man? Didn't he have some dude who had armor that had the blinking lights on it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Let's have that show up.
Congratulations. Here's your sack of glowy bits. I could go for that. Seriously, though, what do you guys want to see? Rancor, of course. What else?
Oh, actually, that would be cool to have like an all glowing armor. just
Gary's like,
Actually, they
now
should,
that I
they
think
should
about it,
create a
You'd have to
completely
have,
unique
like-
set of armor. Not necessarily glowing, but something that looks totally different than the current PvP armor in the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
live with that.
I think that would be
Yeah.
neat. And definitely the Karaga's spider,
That is a
mouth.
really good one.
because
That is a
would
really
be
good
really
one.
awesome.
I want
Yes.
to walk around and shoot oil on people in the fleet.
And then fart.
Oh,
flames.
and have an anal cleave of fire coming out of your ass.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
This could turn into a whole new game for me if those two things could just
That
happen.
Actually, yeah. BioWare, if you do that, I'll start PvPing. That would be.
They've
I would do that
enticed
all the
Larry to
time.
do it. In addition to all that, BioWare's also looking to improve queue times with the addition of daily and weekly quests.
This doesn't make any. Okay,
Wait,
I,
yes,
Aren't
it
there
does, because
PvP
what are they doing?
dailies already? I don't.
They
I'm-
are, but they're for regular. This is
Okay.
putting in specifically for
specifically for ranked.
PvP. Now, there have been some people that are complaining because right now, it's not going to matter if you queue up for solo ranked or group ranked. You'll be able to do it either way. And people have said that they would really like for it to be specific dailies and weeklies for solo and specific dailies and weeklies for group ranked. The reason being is a lot of people are afraid that you're going to see more people coming into ranked play, obviously, because the rank war was, very, very awesome. Everybody loved it. And there's kind of a feeling that maybe you're going to see less skilled players showing up in ranked now, or less geared players showing up in ranked that are just there kind of to dumb it down, doing solo to get their daily done, and then, making it more difficult.
You couldn't see it, but I was pointing to myself there. I'm really good at
You would at
PvE.
least be wearing PvP gear, though. You wouldn't show up in PvE gear.
There's separate sets of gear.
I don't know.
I didn't know there was separate sets of
Mike.
gear.
Really?
I don't know. It's a PvP stat. I have no idea.
Oh, and wait.
Bring back recruit gear.
There is
That's all
one
I'm saying.
other thing that I think that we should talk about with this that we didn't touch on. And that's that in addition to the new rewards, at the end of Season 2, the top 3 characters of each advanced class in group ranked and in solo rank are going to be given a unique reward. And they have not said what that is yet.
What?
So it's going to be basically the top 96 players
Free
across
subscription.
all servers are
Free
going to get
subscription.
something unique to them to show off that they are the best of the best of the best.
A title. It'll be a title. No, it'll be glowing armor.
You are the best
They'll
of the best.
shine like a beacon on their server.
Here is a bag of glowy bits. Feel free to spread them around the universe. I don't know. I kind of like that. I always like things like Elder Scrolls. Larry, you do a lot of the writing for that with the whole Emperor thing and getting special abilities. And they're not game-breaking, but they're special abilities that you'll be able to use even after you're the I like kind of incentives like that. Now, personally, I'm never going to reach them, right? I'm not that good at that stuff. But I always liked when games throw these little bits in that not everybody can have. It's okay in an MMO if I can't get everything. And I kind of dig this idea.
That's fine, but I think if they're going to, I think the mistake that they're making with this, and don't get me wrong, I'm completely on board that I think the absolute top of the food chain should get some kind of extra recognition. But I think that if they're going to do this, it doesn't make sense to do this if they're not going to implement cross-server queue for PvP for it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
they
I'm
almost
hoping
have
that
to
before
for this.
If they're not going to do that, that they will change it so that it's per server based rather than everyone, because you're kind of it's just not going to make sense, and you're not going to have an even playing field there to really assess that.
Well, and some servers are weaker in PvP and others, and it's easier to possibly get a specific rank, and so I mean I completely agree with what Laura's saying, that it's got to be cross server to be
BioWare,
optimal.
fix this, please, before you
To be
begin.
optimal. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I want it to happen really, really bad.
Everybody
It's not
on
going to.
Harbinger has an advantage already because I am on the server.
There you go.
So you're automatically
Mike
plus
is
one.
queuing up. We'll post the times when Mike is queuing up, and you can be sure to be on the other team.
Gamebreaker.tv body farming. We'll be sure to put it on the schedule, and you can come and PvP. Latest Cantina tour took place in Boston. Gee, a lot's been going on in Boston lately.
Boston's a fun city.
Why.
Yes, I wonder why. We got another look at some of the upcoming housing stuff coming in June. I'm going to show some pictures here. You guys won't be able to see them, but you have them. Let's take a look first. This is Coruscant. I don't know. Okay. It's not doing a ton for me. It's all right.
That's the bedroom, and of course you have the cat person in the bedroom. That's where the cat person belongs.
It should have been a cat girl in the bedroom.
It should have been a cat girl in the bedroom, but you know.
And where's my stripper pole in the bedroom?
Well, things got awkward fast. As if it wasn't bad enough pre-show talking about ball gags. This kind of looks all right. This kind of looks all right. This really didn't do it for me, though. I do enjoy player housing, and I think most people are going to agree with me. Nar Shaddaa kind of blew it out of the water here. This is looking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have very suggestive posters in the background, Laura. No stripper pole here.
What are you talking about?
The hollow dances.
Poles?
Yeah, but those are hollow. That's not.
That's true.
You're not getting up on that,
Larry.
Actually, Larry. I mean, well, if you want to, go for it, big dog. Go ahead.
Actually, there was another picture that shows the other half of that room, and there are 3 holographic stripper poles.
Yes, that one. Well, it's close enough. They're not real, but we could do with hollow dancers. I think Nar Shaddaa looks fantastic. Who is not going to want this one compared to Coruscant?
And this is, the Nar Shaddaa is what we're going to get if you're a subscriber. So, I mean, look at that.
Right.
Floor-to-ceiling windows. Hell, I want that in real life.
That right there. I mean, those images right there, that would get me to subscribe if I wasn't, because that is amazing. I'm serious.
No, seriously.
Larry's like, you know what? I would like to give you BioWare extra money. If it is possible, could my sub be $30 a month? Because that house is just really cool, and I feel bad paying $15 a month, actually. How customizable are these going to be? Do we have any of that yet?
They have said they are going to be fully customizable.
Yeah.
So.
What does that mean, though? I mean,
right. I mean, I guess if Gary Gannon were hosting the show today, I'm sure he would venture a guess that the cynical way of looking at this is the more customizable it gets, the more they could put in the cartel market, right?
Oh, well, we already know that's coming because they're giving you 1,500 cartel coins at various points for being a subscriber, and you know that that's going to go so that you can buy your decorations pack off the cartel market. It's coming. Oh, but, you know, there was one thing that they did say, and that's that decorations that you can get from raids are going to be retroactive based on achievements that you've already gotten. So you're not necessarily going to have to wait until the patch drops to go back to do achievements to drop into your house. And they did say that they want your house to be basically a display for achievements that you've gotten.
I guess we
so
gotta
I
go
have a
back
feeling
and do
that
some
you
of those
will be
older...
able to position things all over the house.
I guess we got to go back and do some of those older raids we never finished.
Yeah.
Well, the raid season is almost over, Larry. So
the raid season, that's right.
The raid season is just about over.
Right.
So we need to get on that quick. I don't know. You guys might have touched on this on a previous show. I watched the shows, but I can't remember if you talked about this. What's it going to be like bringing other people into the house? Are we like limited to the group size of 4? Is it kind of like Rifts where you can go into anybody's house? You just don't have permissions to do anything except look? Do we know any of that stuff yet, Larry?
I haven't heard anything yet. I'm hoping that it's going to be. It's going to. I think it's going to be similar to the way that, or I'm hoping that it would be similar to the way that other housing is done, where it's instant housing, where you can set permissions so it's public, and people can go in and visit the house whenever you wish. I mean, even like Free Realms even had that kind of thing, and Rift has that kind of thing where you can go in and you can see stuff, and interact with things, but you can't necessarily change anything around. And then I'm hoping honestly that it goes a little bit further than that, in the sense that you can have other people set as decorators or whatnot in your house. So because frankly, I mean, I like decorating houses and stuff like that, but I know there are people out there that are quite a bit better at it than I am, and it'd be it'd be really nice to be able to invite them over so they can do that, or pay them credits or whatever to do that kind of thing. Actually, I knew somebody in Star Wars Galaxies that got paid a lot of money in-game currency to decorate people's houses.
You heard it here. Larry Everett is looking for an interior decorator.
Totally.
Inside the Old Republic. Chat doesn't care what we're talking about right now. They are arguing whether a lap dance from a holo dancer technically counts as a lap dance or not.
Well, the question really is, will you get in trouble from your girlfriend or boyfriend, husband or wife, if that holo dancer danced on your lap?
Only if the holo dancer has glitter on. Then
I can understand.
You're probably going to get in trouble.
Glitter gets everywhere, and I can understand that.
You can't get it off of you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chad, it's a interesting philosophical debate that I'm sure will rage for centuries. We also got to look, though, at a new NPC. Ooh, who's going to play a pretty big role in the Forged Alliances storyline later this year. Let's take a look at him. Oh, yeah.
Look at that dude.
Chewbacca's great, how many thousands of years? Great grandfather, maybe. Old Baca? I don't know.
Yeah. It actually, you know what's really funny? He wouldn't be that many generations separated from Chewbacca. Because they live hundreds of years. And we're only 3,000 years away from Chewbacca. So that wouldn't be too many generations.
So how many hundreds of years, roughly? What's the average lifespan of a Wookiee these days?
400 to 500 years. Something like that.
So we got 5, 1,000,
Damn,
15, 2,000, 25. So we need one more great, roughly.
Right.
Yeah. So
roughly.
Great grandfather, really old Baca.
really old Baca.
Now here's the cool thing, right? So Dom, our producer, puts the show notes together and suggests things that we should bring up on the show, and then of course the hosts, Laura and Larry, they bring their own stuff and we build on it. It's great. So the show notes are originally written for Gary, okay, and so he had no clue. Gary would not have any clue what this next question was going to be. I, however, do, because I'm a bit of a Star Wars dork. If we're getting a Wookiee later this year that's integral to the storyline, are we going to see Kashyyyk later this year?
Oh, God, hell. Please, no.
No!
No.
Why?
If I have to listen to a damn planet full of NPCs that do nothing but go...
Wait, how was that? Oh, my gosh. That's pretty amazing. Do that again.
Who? Laura?
No.
You. Oh, sure, both of you.
Yeah, Laura's sounded awesome. I think Laura's was great. But mine goes.
Nobody wants to listen to Wookiees.
Yes, they do.
Nobody.
Mine goes a little like this. So yeah. I do a pretty kick-ass Wookiee. What can I say? That's why I got the wife. She loves when I do the Wookiee yell. Come on, you don't want to see Kashyyyk. Could we though?
God, I hope not. Ever.
Oh my God.
Did that just come out of your mouth before you even... But you didn't even think about it.
It was
My
well
wife
after
loves
I
the-
said it that my brain was like, you should rethink that sentence. Oh, I love you, dear. All right, so no Kashyyyk. You don't want
I'm actually
Kashyyyk,
kind of
but
no
do you
on.
think we could see it?
I'm kind of no on both accounts with as far as Kashyyyk is concerned. I mean, I don't honestly. I think Kashyyyk will take the game in a direction that, well, for me personally, that I don't want it to go. It would take it into a fantasy kind of direction. Although, I mean, obviously we're sci fantasy here, and I think that Kashyyyk will take it more. Fantasy. It's swords and shields and those kinds of things. That's what Wookiees carry, and I want to see more science fiction kind of stuff. That's why I'm playing a science fiction game. If I want to play a fantasy game, I have Elder Scrolls Online. So I'm thinking, honestly, given the stuff that actually it's not in the notes here, I just realized this, but there was also pictures of the people from Manon, and I think it's going to be Manon is going to be the new planet, which is Manon. For those that don't know, Manon is a water planet.
Wait, did you just say it's a water planet?
Yeah, it's mostly water, similar to.
All of a sudden, Laura doesn't want to pay her sub anymore. Oh shit, we're going underwater. I'm out.
Well, no, because apparently in the Old Republic, there is no water deeper than waist level.
That's right. So it'd be awesome. You'll see a whole city, and you're sitting there walking on water. It's amazing underneath. No, anyway, it's but that's where Culto is made, and I believe and it's also from Knights of the Old Republic as well. You went to Manon, and so I think it's bringing back some Old Republic Knights of the Old Republic lore and bringing it into Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I think that's probably going to be where we are. And plus, they showed all the heads of those guys, the different types of them. So I think we're going to run into
those.
Yeah,
I want to go to Kashyyyk.
Laura,
you don't want Kashyyyk,
or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Laura doesn't want Kashyyyk, so we're probably not getting Kashyyyk.
No, God, I don't want Kashyyyk. I would much rather have Bothawai than Kashyyyk.
The thing is about that Wookiee...
I would much rather go to Endor than Kashyyyk.
Oh, God, not Endor.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Endor. No.
That Wookiee, if you take a look at that Wookiee, you can put it up on the screen if you want.
It's already up.
He has droid parts in his backpack, but he also has a droid head on his chest. So does that mean that the droid is going to act as a translator? So he's actually going to speak basic?
Interesting.
Come on.
Interesting.
Playable Wookiee or go home.
Well, I think if you put Kashyyyk in, then you can open up playable class or playable race as Wookiee,
sure.
Right? Why not at that point?
But actually, that's a good point, though. Besides the Kashyyyk thing, but this character, am I going to be able to flirt with him? Come on.
Larry.
We know that Wookiees have big feet.
Oh. All right, we gotta move on because it's just getting.
This is going downhill fast.
It's going downhill fast. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for today's show, and that is GameBreaker.tv/deals. Now, yes, we're talking about the Old Republic, but there's another MMO that's a little bit on the spacey side coming out soon. That's WildStar. It's one of the many deals we've got up on GameBreaker.tv/deals. You can pre-order and get 20% off. Multiple ways to do it in case you want to get a physical copy or digital deluxe. But not only WildStar 20% off, multiple games that you're probably already thinking about buying sometime soon. Great ways to save. This site is going to be the financial ruin of me. Although I have found that some of these offers, especially the ones with Green Man that you can get on the website here, you can actually pair them up and get even more money off. So take a look if you're doing some shopping, want to get some software, check out GameBreaker.tv/deals. I love this type of sponsor where, yes, we have to have a sponsor to make all this lovely programming for you for free, but why not make it a sponsor that's going to save you money on something you were going to buy anyway? Check it out, GameBreaker.tv/deals. Right now, the big one, WildStar, coming out in June, 20% off. All right, so we just had it helps if I put Larry and Laura's images back up. Whoop, whoop. We had a double XP weekend. There's another one coming up in May, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys do anything in this one? I know you guys have been doing your races and competitions on previous double XP weekends, or are you all double XP'd out at this point?
Oh, God, after doing 16 hours. No.
Yeah, I couldn't do it this last time either.
Never leveling Republic again. Ever.
Oh, it's not that bad. Come on, my first main was a Jedi Guardian. Loved it. It wasn't that bad. You guys.
You always think your first time's better than it is actually.
I can say honestly, after this last time, I hate everything about the Republic. I hate their quest layout.
What?
I hate their planets. I hate everything about them. Empire for life.
No, I know we've talked about double XP and stuff like that here on a couple of shows, but I wanted to bring it up again because I saw I guess I could say interesting post on Reddit, and I haven't really experienced this too much, but that may be because I'm playing with a pretty steady group all the time. Apparently the double XP weekends, though, are bringing out all the internet assholes. Are you seeing that too? Everybody's kind of a jerk.
Weekend, because the last double XP weekend that they had, there was an issue with flashpoint leveling. Apparently some group compositions weren't in regular flashpoints, were not being awarded any XP, and people were complaining that the tactical flashpoint Kuat drive yards was not awarding double XP. So to apologize and give people another weekend to make up, since they said that they fixed the problem.
Which Larry found out the hard way, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so saying that they fixed the problem, they had a make-up weekend for this. But dungeon leveling, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing in most of the posts, it was just people are really toxic, they're skipping cutscenes, they're voting and kicking people who aren't, going ahead of the group. Maybe it's just that I play with a constant group when I do that stuff, that I'm not seeing it, but apparently it's a pretty big issue right now.
I don't know. I never had that problem running through it, but then I tend to be that asshole that's, well, first off, when I'm in a flashpoint anyways, you don't stop pulling. Like, you just fucking chain pull all the time. That is how that runs.
Come on,
honestly,
Larry. You can be honest, Larry. Laura does this to you, doesn't she? She kicks you if you're watching a cutscene.
Absolutely. If he sits there and watches that, I'm like, no, it's time. Put on the gimp mask, and we're going to go out into the basement.
The person that because I'm usually right along with her, because if I'm leveling, I'm running through as fast as I possibly can. If I'm there for the story, that's a totally different. I play completely different. But if I'm there to level, I get through as fast as I possibly can. So I'm the one. I'm keeping up with Laura. The one that we always have to wait for is her husband.
Oh my gosh!
And she is. It was hilarious leveling with these two. when we did that that massive leveling we did the last
oh my god, it was always weekend. Lee, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Pick up the quest. Stop looking at gear. Stop going shopping. Go and pick up the quest.
Go. Just go. Yeah.
Do double XP weekends bring players back? I don't see a lot of ebb and flow there, but I would think they would make nice little advertising things that maybe people that aren't logging in as regularly as you guys are come back, play for the weekend, and I'll see you next month type deal. Or is it just really a benefit for those of us that are in the game every now and then, or those that are playing all the time? Who is it aimed for? Is what I wonder.
Okay, I think it's aimed for those people that got a little burned out. Whoever that is, if that's people that are currently playing mainly just end game and want to level up another character, and they want to start over. So, or maybe it's those people that never got to max level, or never, and just because the planetary quests or whatever burned them out, because it really can. If you're, because some of those planetary quests, especially Republic side, are horrible. And
what is with all the Republic hate, for crying out loud? Look, I'm playing a Sith now. I'm playing a Sith because Game Breaker Nation.
Yes, and once you get into it, you will realize how much better.
I'm enjoying it. But I loved my Jedi Guardian. I really did.
Once you go Sith, you'll never go back. So I think that's. I think
that's people who just want another character, but they don't want to level. Yeah. Like that's what it is. Super fast way to do it.
So it sounds to me like you guys think that maybe it's aimed a little more towards the people that are playing consistently and want to try different things.
Yeah, but I think it does bring some people back. I mean, I would say about 50-50. 50-50, 50%, it's for people that are already there, that want to have another character. The other 50% is to bring people back that maybe hadn't, finished out the story and want to finally finish it. Those kinds of things.
So for the weekend coming up in May, Laura, what's my best bet to get my Sith leveled very, very quickly? Is it still dungeons that are doing it on the double XP weekends that are the most experienced? What's the best path for me to hurry up and catch up on my Inquisitor?
Well, I still think that the best way to do it is to grab a 55 and have them power level you through planet quests. Like, just don't even worry about the kill XP.
Seriously.
You won't get anything. It's all about
Seriously.
finishing the quest as fast as possible and turning it in for double XP. I had considered trying the Flashpoint thing this past weekend, but I hate Quadrive Yard. Like, it is hands down the worst Flashpoint that we have available in game. Absolute worst. You don't get any gear from it. It's boring as hell. People don't know what to do or don't pay attention, and I just, after running through it 3 or 4 times, I want to stab myself in the eye with an ice pick. Awful. So I
think
can't
Laura's
really say
got this problem of holding back sometimes. I really wish that you would
tell us how you really feel.
Just let it out. You can say things on this show. For crying out loud.
I need to have a partner or somebody that can level through while I'm doing it, that can level that way, and then we can really compare whether or not it's faster. Although personally I don't think it is, because you end up getting more XP from doing the quest, and if you can crank those out really fast, that just seems like you're going to get more XP per hour as opposed to double XP.
You out level the planet well before you even finish the planetary quest. I mean, some planets it's not even halfway. You don't even get halfway through the planet before you're ready to move on to the next one. And the idea, and yeah, I have to agree that's absolutely the fastest way to do it. The only problem is it gets exponentially more complicated when you start adding more and more people to the group. So I mean, when we had 2 people in the group, there's always somebody that was slightly lagging behind the others.
Well, we were also doing that, and you were dual boxing.
Well,
so we got slowed down for that. So any quest where you have to gather and it's not a 100% guaranteed drop rate, you had to wait for everybody to gather the quest.
You didn't get called out there or anything, Larry.
But it wasn't just me.
She was like, by the way, you were dual boxing and playing bad. I mean, if I'm being honest, Laura just called him right out. You were kind of playing bad.
Well, I mean, it was 2 people, but it was me dragging around 3 characters.
Yeah. So
which, by the way, kind of sucked at one point because we had no healers.
Oh, yeah, once you get to higher
levels. And then poor Larry
was
like trying to heal on the character that he was dual boxing. The secondary character that was just following around.
Which was really funny. Trying to...
In the level 20 gear at level 50. Yeah, it was awesome.
Uh-oh. It was amazing. Just spilled something.
Was somebody licked by a hut?
Okay, hopefully that didn't land on any power cords, because that would be bad.
Man, that would be amazing though, because your hair would just go way out. All right, finally today, let's go ahead and get into the Jedi Guardian class rep Q&A. Let me just pull it up and
Oh no.
Sorry for the delay, as I was out of town for PAX. I'm passing these on to the devs now. Well, I believe that made it very quick.
So much for those.
Yes, so much for the Jedi Guardian patch notes. Ms. Laura Williams, you can follow her on the Twitter at VoidMynx, VoidMynx. Of course, Mr. Larry Everett on the Twitters as Shadow, SHADDOE, linking you up to everything Star Wars The Old Republic and Elder Scrolls Online and all the 9 bajillion other things the man writes for Massively.com. Check it out, he's keeping you informed there. I'm Mike Byrne. You can follow me on @MagicMan1, MAGICKMANN1. Obviously, keep it locked and dialed to Gamebreaker TV. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for the latest in all things MMORPG. And until next week, gang, stay safe. We'll see you on the servers.
Gamebreaker TV.